Welcome to episode 147 of Outside the Circle, a podcast dedicated to new and upcoming country artists, musicians, and songwriters. Today's guests will be Delaney, Erica, and Zach Daves of Dave's Highway. We'll get to them in a little bit, but first, I'm Ronnie, and here's Brian.
It's happening, man. Yeah, it's been a while. We're back at it. Coming off of the 4th of July, I don't know, hangover. I'd say that like I actually partied or did anything, but when you're a dad of two, it doesn't happen. All right. Like fireworks are way too late.
Yes. We didn't make it to fireworks on any night. So yeah, they should invest in or invent in new style of firework for I have my hearing issues, so fireworks bother me significantly with the noise to begin with, but a daytime softer boom firework.
Yeah. Some toddler pyro. No, that'd be no, we like I said, man, we didn't do much. I mean, it's super hot here too. I don't know what happened to the weather. It's pouring rain or 110. It's ridiculous. And no, we didn't do much. Hung out. Went over to a friend's house for their use of pool, and that was really it.
Nice. Yeah. Well, it's camp season, so I've been enthralled in that and haven't had time to breathe, and it's a miracle that I'm actually awake right now recording this. But yeah, I mean, week one cut short because of the holiday, so that always kind of helps. It's a blessing and a curse when the holiday falls in week one, because you get used to the 4-day week on a crazy start of camp, and then you're sent to the trenches for the next 7 weeks. But yeah, I mean, we didn't really do much either. I don't think we really covered much, but we're in the process of moving, so getting that together, and we went down to the shore for one day during the weekend, and we planned it strategically to avoid any of that shore traffic. And surprisingly, so we went down Saturday, and driving down, no traffic. Driving back, no traffic. We only did the day. And we went all the way down to Wildwood, so 2 hours, give or take, whatever that looks like. But even on the boardwalk, all the piers, all the we took Veda, so doing the pier with the rides, and she went on every ride she wanted, as many times as she wanted. There was not a single. There must have been 100 people in the pier for the rides. It was empty. Granted, the later it got, the busier it got, but it was it was weirdly empty for a holiday weekend down the shore.
Dude, that's what I love about having kids is the early schedule for things. And it's super good. Yeah, when you can get in and your day is done by like 1,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah. Well, I also, the working in camp, I'm outside a lot, but I am in my cargo khaki shorts and my polos all summer. So it was the first time that I took my shoes off and my shirt off to work on those tans. And I'm a bit of a lobster right now, even 3 days later. So I'm in some pain, and my dumbass self decided that playing golf with the shoulder sunburn was a good idea, and yeah, so I'm paying for that dearly as we move into week 2 of camp here.
No, man, that's cool. And yeah, I'm glad you don't carry your clubs anymore. You like to push them.
Yes, yeah. If I was carrying that bag, it'd be no bueno. But yeah, man. So like you said, it's been a while. We've kind of been sitting on this interview for probably about a month plus now, give or take. One you did solo, so I believe this was really kind of at the start of my crazy time that with camp just getting sidetracked and all that, so you ended up doing it solo. But from listening back, you guys had quite a ball. It sounded like a blast, so definitely feeling the FOMO on this one.
Yeah, no, this was a really fun one, and yeah, let's jump into it. right, everyone, we are here today with Delaney, Erica, Zach of Dave's Highway. Welcome to Outside the Circle. Thank you for joining me today.
Of course, we're excited to be here.
All right, this is going to be fun. You know, for the listeners, we've only had a couple of like bands on, so it's always going to be really interesting to see how this works out, who answers what and everything. But I'm sure this isn't your guys' first one, so. Our big thing is let's just take it from the very top, you know, individually, you know, where you guys grew up and how music was, you know, how important music was in your household.
Individually and together is pretty easy. We are siblings from Jackson, Mississippi, Brandon, Mississippi, if you know anything about the geography of Mississippi.
Which you most likely don't.
Probably
That's
not.
okay.
And music was a huge part of our household. I mean, there are stories of
when we were like little bitty babies, our parents had cameras in front of us, like, Delaney, sing me a song, or Zachary, sing me a song, Erica, sing me a song, which
I never would, though.
she never would. I always would.
I always had
Zachary,
to think about it real hard.
yeah.
But like whenever you and Dad would drive to school together.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember listening to Van Halen in the truck on the way to kindergarten. And like, our mom was more of a classic country girl. So Loretta Lynn, and then a little Patsy Cline, moving forward, the 90s country. And then
all the women who were influenced by Loretta Lynn
Mhm.
is who our mom liked.
Martina and Faith Hill, and which Faith Hill is she's from Star, Mississippi, and that's 10, 15 minutes from where we're from. So she was a big influence for us as well. But, and then also we grew up in church. So we sang in church every Sunday. We, that's kind of where we learned the harmony thing, I think.
Still do most Sundays, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's always been part of our lives.
Oh, that's good. And I mean, yeah, judging off your guys' background there, you kind of named all your influences and it's kind of stated right behind you. No, that's cool. The, you know, right off the go, I have a younger brother who's also a singer, and it's really cool. Like the sibling harmony. I'm sure you guys get it a million times a day. It's, and it's kind of cool. He had just gotten into, you know, singing, say, we've always kind of been singers, but you know, there's a difference between like being drunk and singing and then actually like performing and
Totally.
and he's gotten into that now where he's picked up his guitar and he's singing, and it's kind of fun because I've always been a lead singer myself, but now I love to sing harmony. So now that he's doing that whole singing thing, I get to like, you know, flex my my harmony muscles, and great. I love singing harmony. So we're gonna have fun with this one.
Do y'all perform together?
We don't. So we're based, the podcast and where I live now is in like central New Jersey, the Philadelphia area. I'm originally from northern New York, which is where he lives now. So most of the time now it's I do a lot more like professional performance where he likes sitting on the porch and playing his guitar. So I love going out there and hanging out with him and playing. His daughter's now like one of the best fiddle players in that area. So it's super cool.
It runs in your family too.
Yeah. No, it's really great. And no, I mean, so yeah, I mean, you guys kind of touched on it. As far as influences, stuff like that, when did you decide that this was going to be the career that all three of you decided to chase?
We really did not plan for that to happen,
Yeah.
but it happened and we went with it. We obviously, like we said, we've all been singers pretty much our whole lives, and we've always enjoyed performing on stage. And
We think our parents kind of knew from a very young age.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't necessarily like push us to do it, but singing was always a big part of like Christmas celebrations. They'd be like, get up and sing for the family.
I'm like, no, we don't want to.
I always never would.
but
Again,
they can
but-
both also sing.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, it kind of came to, we were singing at, you know, senior adult luncheons and like grandparents' Sunday school classes and stuff like that.
making our grandparents real proud.
And I mean, it's a pretty vivid memory for me. On Easter Sunday in 2009, we were driving home from church and we were singing a song that they sang in the worship service at church on the way home. And that whenever we got home, Dad said, do it again. You know, he got the camera out. And
He always had a bit. He was always like, I got this new camera and I want to test it out. Get up and sing. And it
There's
was
always
probably
something.
always a lie, but he,
Well,
he
and
really
this
knew
was
how to do it.
back in the digital camera age where that was the big thing. So your little
Your
handheld
little
with the
red
screen,
Casio
you know.
camera.
Yeah.
That's literally what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
So he took a video of us singing a song that we had never really sang before, and I
But
mean,
it turned out to be good.
it was good. He posted it on YouTube, and like that was back whenever like viral meant something, and it kind of caught.
Yeah.
And so we had, and the reason it caught is because the guy who sang the song initially was Chris Tomlin. He reposted it on his like blog whenever that was a
And Twitter.
really new big thing,
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, if I'm ever near these kids, I want them to come and sing it with me on stage." And we were like, "That's cool. That'll never happen." And so that week we went from, I haven't told this story like this in a long time. We had like 1,500 fans on Facebook. It was like our local, people, and we're like, we're famous. We know, we're the
1,500 people know about our
yeah,
band.
we're the cool people in town. It's
And we're
really
like
cool.
12, 13, and 14 years old at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So-
we were on a family vacation at Disney World.
Yep.
When all this
And
was
we were
happening,
so excited.
And Dad was on his computer. We're like, "What are you doing, dude? Like, we want to go ride the rock and roller coaster. Why are you on your computer? Get
Yeah.
off the computer. We're going to Hollywood Studios." And he was like, "Hang on." He wouldn't tell us what was going on. Finally, he did. And so that week, we went from 1,500 fans to 15,000 fans on Facebook just because Chris Tomlin reposted that thing
And then
Wow.
in the next few months, it was from 15,000
to
to
150.
150,000.
Yeah.
Crazy. And we did actually sing the song with him on stage in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And it was a really cool moment. And that opened up a lot of doors and
Mhm.
helped us. We took advantage of some opportunities that were presented to us. Charlie Peacock, who lived in Nashville, he did like Switchfoot, Amy Grant, a lot of cool stuff, the Civil Wars, who were one of our biggest influences as well. He reached out and said, "Hey, what can I do for you?" And
that, like, it was like no name, no
contact.
face email. And so Dad was like, "Who's this guy?"
Look him up.
And then he
was
figured
like-
it out and
Yeah.
was like, oh my
So
gosh.
So we came to Nashville and made a record of six songs in
yeah.
24 hours
Little
as
EP.
12, 13, 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
We thought we were hot stuff too.
And we were.
recording in
That was cool.
Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that must have been just a whirlwind of emotions. I mean, being that young, stepping into Nashville of all places for your
I
first recording.
Really. I personally, I'm the youngest of the three of us, so I think I was 11 when
Yeah,
this happened. I was just kind of born into our music career, I'd say. Because Delaney always wanted to sing. Anytime there was a moment, my mom always says, she was like, I'll sing. And then Zachary's sitting over here like, what am I going to sing?
I'm still like that to this day.
Yeah. But I didn't even realize how cool it was. And now I'm looking back on it and I'm like, man, I wish that I would have like appreciated those moments a little bit more than I did at the time.
how do you do that at 11 years old, right? Like it's
Well, and from that, like, we played.
like in a new room, and you're like,
Right. I know. I was more excited about the lime green paint on my walls, let me tell you.
Well, from that, we played. I mean, we probably played 150 shows a year for the next
5 years.
5 years after that, from sixth grade to graduating high school.
Mhm.
So
So then fast forward, we kind of kept in contact with Charlie throughout those years, but then he reached out again and said, "Hey, I have another opportunity for you guys. I'm starting the commercial music program at Lipscomb, and I want you guys to like check it out and see if you want to possibly move to Nashville."
like,
and
come be a part of
go-
the first graduating
Yeah.
class. If you finish, come be a part of the first graduating class at
Yeah.
Lipscomb University. And we're like,
and
cool.
we were
did
like,
finish.
We did
wow,
finish.
that's our ticket to move to Nashville. And that's what we were looking for because
Mhm.
we spent summers here writing songs and trying to figure out what to do. And that was our way to move here. Now we've been here for 10 years. We did graduate from Lipscomb, commercial music degrees all around. But yeah, now we're just trying to still figure it out. But I don't think that ever ends. So
I don't think so. And 10 years in a 10-year town is pretty good, though. I mean, you guys are still
Yeah.
Dude,
We're like, time is a chicken. We're
Yeah.
ready for our 10-year moment. Yeah.
It's to segue, as you said, about the songwriting side. How do you guys go about that process as siblings? Do you guys bring everything to the table, or are you write by yourselves?
Some of both. Right now, we're writing together a ton. Anytime we're co-writing, for the most part, we like for all three of us to be there because Zachary's got the whole music guitar thing going on where he really lays a strong foundation, and then we're more lyric girlies. More idea, more lyric, I would say. Is that fair to say?
And I just don't like writing lyrics or presenting ideas other than musical ideas at all.
He doesn't like to get emotional with us. And it's really
not my thing.
It's hurtful, honestly.
I mean, there's enough emotions on this side.
Fair enough.
There's enough emotions right here.
Yeah,
man. But I also love to write by myself as well. I've been doing it since I was 6 years old, and it's always been kind of a therapy for me. But it's evolved into therapy where we can all attend and we can all write together. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I'd love to take a step back. I'm sorry I didn't ask this. When did you guys decide what part of the group you were going to decide? Like, you're going to be a guitar player, you're going to be the bass player?
It's changed many times.
Yeah.
It has.
Delaney played guitar before I did, and then I started playing. Our dad really wanted us to be, whether we were going to be musicians or not.
Yeah,
he wanted us to do something like that as a discipline kind of thing. He's like, I want you to learn something.
Yeah.
So she was playing guitar, and then I started playing guitar, and she quit playing guitar.
He got better than me and I have to be the best. So
she quit guitar,
I let him take that one.
and then I quit guitar. And I ended up picking it back up. Delaney picked up mandolin. Erica has played keys this whole time.
And now I claim to be a terrible guitar player as well. That's horrible. But I do play. I can play a couple of chords.
There you go.
We've done the acoustic thing for so long, probably the majority of our
15
childhood
years,
lives. And then probably the last 5 years, we've done more full band stuff. But Zachary got really, really good at guitar. And then whenever we started playing full band, man, this is going to be expensive to pay a bass player and a drummer when we don't really get paid that much anyway. So, and then we also have to split that between three of us already. So add two more. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn bass. It can't be that hard. And I am no, what's the word?
Expert.
Yeah, I'm not an expert by any means, but I feel the part, and we don't have to pay an extra person.
And it's so helpful, that we all already have a way of speaking to each other and teaching each other things and learning different things from each other. And so it's really cool to have the family dynamic in that band thing. And then we have a drummer that somehow the first time we met him, we were doing a rehearsal for a run of shows that we were doing, and he fit right in.
Yeah.
And is a part of our thing. He played on our record, which we could have hired, anybody, Near Z, Jerry Rowe, any of the Nashville guys, and we didn't. We hired our guy because we wanted that's the thing with our record. Kind of jumping ahead is that we really wanted it to feel like it feels whenever we play live, because we're so proud of that thing that we've built and we're able to do.
Yeah. We
wanted our record to feel that way too. So we're like, Parker, you want to play drums on? And we're Blackbird Studios, yeah, I'll play drums. Whatever.
Yeah, live shows is where we thrive the most, I think, and it's hard to capture that on a record, and I think we did it.
I think we did too. And I'm a critic too. I'm a tough customer whenever it comes to
Yeah.
I want the record to be perfect, and it's not perfect, but it's pretty close.
Well, it's got its little.
It's perfectly imperfect.
Yeah. That's
and we were also trying not to polish it in such a way that it didn't feel like we did it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we made records in the past that were objectively great. They were really great musical things, but they were a little too
polished.
They were a little too put together.
Yeah. We like the raw stuff.
No, I love that, and I'm definitely going to circle back on that because I have a couple of comments on there. But let's do a quick break, and I'll have you guys intro the song for it, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
Hey y'all, we're Dave's Highway. And this is our song, Happy to Be Sad.
I listen to the CD, you burn me every now and then. But I always stop before I start loving you again. Call my preacher and my mama, put all our pictures off these walls. Is there a bright side getting to the other side? 'Cause I've tried it all. I got tired of holding on too tight. Took a rock bottom for me to see the light. Can't be good to want somebody that bad. So I'm happy to be sad. Left your stuff on the porch, cut the dead ends off of my hair. 'Cause that's what you do, and where you've been ain't going nowhere. I swear. I got tired of holding on too tight. Took rock bottom for me to see the light. Can't be good to want somebody that bad. So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy to be sad. Happy to be sad.
All right, so that was Happy to Be Sad. You want to let's talk about it. I think what was the inspiration behind that song, and then letting it out into the world?
Yeah, man, it was real life events, like down to every line in the song.
Yeah.
Me and Delaney went through breakups around the same time, and I think we wrote like 200 songs about it. Like,
I think we did too.
that sounds
Quite a
really
few.
obsessive and weird, but it's just a lot of emotions. We also had opposite ends of the spectrum. So I got dumped and she was the dumper. And so there's a lot to say.
And then in the meantime, I was like in the middle of an engagement, getting married.
Yeah, I felt so bitter around the time that Zachary got married about love and everything. And I wish that I could go back and like be in love and be excited about love when Zachary got married.
Me too.
But I did not feel that way, man. It was tough.
But when we went in to write this specific song, Happy to Be Sad, it wasn't long after we had both gotten out of our relationships. And the people we wrote with, Bill DeLuigi and Jude Toy, Bill had just recently gotten out of something too.
He was very vague about what and why, but
But he's a dude, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
But we're like, okay, here's everything.
And Delaney cried through the whole
I
ride.
did, man.
Which
I
does-
I don't
She
think
doesn't-
I did, which is pretty powerful.
I don't.
She doesn't do that.
I'm not a crier,
She
but
doesn't.
I'm the cry in the right. I know myself. I know my role. I cry on stage sometimes. It's fun.
but I'm not that.
This was
Okay,
her turn.
so
Time to shine.
yeah, we I think Bill came in with this idea because he was feeling the same way we were, and we just all happened to be on the same page at the same time, and we wrote "Happy to Be Sad" because we were all sad, but we were trying to write from the perspective of, you know, we're sad right now, but
Hopefully, we won't be sad forever.
yeah, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We're gonna get through it, but we have to get through this hard part to get to the good part.
Well, it's
And-
kind of like growing pains too. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, in something like that, in order for you to be able to be happy and be with somebody again, sometimes you have to be sad first.
Yeah.
You have to get through that, and in order to do that, you have to convince yourself that you're happy to be sad because it's helping you get to the next thing.
Yeah, and you kind of have to take the long way through the breakup too,
Mhm.
and not immediately date somebody else. Like you need to take a minute and
Be
feel
single
it
for a
and be
while.
okay with being sad and know that
Yeah.
it's leading to something positive in the long run. Because
Mhm.
I personally, not to throw shade or anything, but I'm so glad that the relationship I was in is not what I'm doing with the rest of my life. Because it also gives you a lot of perspective on the other side of things to be like, oh wow, that was not the one.
Hindsight
Crazy.
is 2020 for sure.
No, I love it, and you know, I'm not one to talk much about lyrics, even though I am a lyricist in general. You know, my go-to is always the production side and the musical side. It's, you know, my profession in general. But from the production side, it's awesome, right? Your guys' harmonies are locked in. It's so good. And this is something I don't think I've ever said, but the bass tone is so good.
There's a reason for that, and it's because
It's our
it
boy.
was our friend who produced the project, Jeff Sprung from Old Dominion.
Okay.
Old Dominion played on the record as well.
Yeah.
Man, that
And
dude.
he's played a couple of lines on the bass before.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah, he's awesome.
Like I said, I don't think I've ever said that, but
I love that compliment. That's such. I love weird, cool compliments. That's,
yeah. And that was, yeah, I mean, it stood out to me, and I really like it. And then, you know, the classic guitar tone is perfect for the song. You know, from the lyric and the feel side, you know, I the way I took from it is like, normally when you're going through something, it sucks and it all and everything. But on the other side of it, you're kind of happy you went through it, right? It's like, you know, it made it feel real. It made it feel thing. And so that's what I really liked about it. It was like, you know, it sucked and everything, but then there's also that like part when everything is good, you kind of miss that pain because of like all the feeling that happened and all the you know, stuff that you left there. So again, I think it's a super relatable song, as unfortunate as some of that may be, but you know,
It's so sad that it's like super universal.
yeah, everybody's heart breaks. So no, it's an awesome song, and you know, it ties right into the so Happy to Be Sad, as well as Good Luck Girl, which is what we're going to play at the end of the episode, are your new releases for the upcoming EP. If you ask me, due out August 25. What else can you tell us about the EP and how it's going to be so far?
Well, it's got a lot of
It's very thematic.
Yeah.
If you will.
multiple of the songs come from that era of Happy to Be Sad.
We could only pick a few, so you're
Yeah.
lucky. You're lucky
Yeah.
it's only an EP and not like a deluxe
A more
edition
than one.
album. Maybe someday.
Yeah. But it starts off with a song called Astro Band, which is one of my favorite songs we've ever written. And we wrote it like 7 or 8 years ago,
Yeah.
right when we moved here to Nashville with Stephen Hunley and Bobby McLam, and never did anything with it. And then,
But it like always was in my head.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was always like, man, that's such a good song, but we never really had a plan for it. But then when we were going through all of our songs to pick for this specific project, which who knows how many songs we went through, and then narrowed it down to 5.
I
But
think it
I
was
have
like
it all written
30,
down.
5. I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
that was
and that was
35
the short
of the
list.
good
Well, we had a
songs.
star system, and I think we did like double gold stars on our favorites, and there was like 25.
Yeah.
So we had
Yeah.
to chisel.
Well, you got
I'm
three- you
the
have three
worst in that
personalities.
era of,
Mhm.
of things. I am really difficult to deal with whenever it comes to choosing songs because they're like my little babies, and I think we picked good children.
Yeah,
I
do
do.
too.
I'm
There
really
will always-
strange. I'm using really weird words tonight, but that's okay.
There will always be a next round. But going back to Astrovan, it is a song that we wrote as like an ode to where we come from and where we're headed. When we were kids, we used to travel around in an Astrovan, and our parents would be in the front seat. We were all three in the back seat. We had a TV. It
Most
was
likely
all,
watching Never Say Never by Justin Bieber
Yeah.
movie.
I think we had a GameCube hooked up to the thing.
To the
This was when we were traveling around as a family band with our
Mhm.
parents because we were all 12, 13, 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
And it was tricked out. It was a cool van. But we also, I mean, even in high school, we all three had heartbreaks. And,
Or so we thought.
well, yeah, we thought it was a heartbreak at the time. You know, puppy love is a real thing. But that song is really about where we came from and where we're going, really. And that Astro van will always hold a special place in our heart. So that's the very first song. It starts out with 3-part harmony, a cappella, which is also where we come from. And
it was really important to us to start off that way because the whole idea of this project was kind of claiming our voice and claiming if there is a Dave's Highway, here's what it is. And
Yeah.
and there were conversations about not putting Astrovan at the beginning of the record. They wanted our team was like, we think that we should start with what we think is the strongest song, which is Happy to Be Sad. And we were all three like, nope, we'll die on this hill. Astrovan is going first.
Yep. We had a vision.
Like, we're not going to be hateful, but like, please.
Yeah. So Astrovan, and then Happy to Be Sad is second, and then Good Luck Girl
Good
is
Luck.
third.
No,
Or is it If You
It's
Ask Me?
If You Ask Me.
If You Ask Me is
The
next.
title track, which
Yes.
Erica wrote solo
Yeah.
by herself.
It's a sweet little girl.
great song.
We love that song.
Also a heartbreak song. So we've got kind of 3 heartbreak songs so far.
And then we go into our 4th heartbreak song, Good Luck Girl.
Which you'll hear in a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
That song I think is hilarious. It's one of my favorite, like, punch you in the face kind of songs we've ever written. My relationship that I got out of in the era of Happy to Be Sad. What a mess. But we broke up because he said he couldn't be in a relationship because he needed to work on himself and blah, blah, blah. You know, there's always an excuse, and they're typically untrue.
Well, he used the typical
It's
excuse.
not,
It's not me.
It's you. It's not me. It's not me.
I
It's you.
said it's not me, it's you.
It's not you.
That's
it's
how I
me.
felt.
Yeah.
But so he needed to be single, right? And then he had a new girlfriend within, I think it was like a month or 2 after we broke
Right.
up. And I found out about it on social media, and I was pissed.
Rough. Yeah.
I was so mad. And I was also really sad, but it's fine. She was really pretty. She looked kind of like me. Not saying that I'm pretty, but I was like, look at this girl. I was like,
it
it
was
looks like me.
Pretty.
Yeah. I'm like, what in the world? Anywho,
But that song is a note to that girl, basically saying, "Hey,
girl run.
good luck."
I hope he's well. It's all good. But
And then we hit.
I did not feel that way at the time, though. I will say.
Then we hit Heaven High, which is like to me, we wrote that song whenever we were all three, honestly, in happy relationships. Mine is the one that worked out.
Pretty happy to be sad.
Yeah. And that
This
song
is
is
just so
like,
sad.
that one is like rock and roll to
Yeah.
the bone. It's like, and I love, that's my thing. Like I love Van Halen and Aerosmith and Fleetwood Mac, the Eagles. We all love all of those bands, but like that's my thing, right? John Mayer as well. And that one was like, we're gonna make this like if Aerosmith, Leonard Skinner, and AC/DC had a baby, and like that's what this song's gonna be.
That's an innocent child.
Well, I mean that's what it is, though, right?
I didn't know AC/DC was in there. But that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, and then we wrap it all up with a song that is a cover song that just means a whole lot to us. Y'all can talk more about
well, we mentioned Martina McBride earlier. She's one of our biggest influences. And we have a long story about this song, how it came to be the song, and it starts with you.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So when we were really young, I love that this story is like a part of our story with the project now, because it's so funny to me. Our parents made a bad decision, and they put us in this talent contest in Mississippi called the Mississippi State Fair Talent Show.
Yeah.
And they put the three of us singing a song by Tim McGraw and Faith Hill up there together. It was like a break. I don't even know.
It was Like We Never Loved at All, which is a pretty age inappropriate song at the time. As you know, this was like 9, 10, 11.
Still slaps.
Yeah,
Great song.
We were that was pre Dave's Highway. We were 3D at the time.
And
I
then
came
they-
up with that. I was so proud.
And then they entered Erica as
Separately.
a solo. So it was us competing against Erica.
And I won.
Erica
So
won.
I sang Reflection by Mulan, from Mulan, the movie.
Right.
And so the next year, whenever you win the contest, they bring you back as like the special music for the big event, right? And so we competed that year and sang Boondocks by Little Big Town.
Mhm.
And then I was the special music. And Anyway was the song that I used to sing at like 10 years old. I don't know how I had the confidence to do that, but I did.
Because you beat us the year before.
I know. I was feeling really good.
Well, and that song, like the meaning of that song is our story as well as it is, you know, millions of other people's stories. It's like, hey, you tried this thing, it didn't work. Do it again anyway.
Yeah.
Do it anyway. You're scared to do this thing, do it anyway. And I mean, that's kind of the thing with the music industry for us. It's like we've tried and we've tried and we've tried. We put out records and we've done thousands of live shows, and it's, you know, it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And you know, some days you wake up in the morning and you say, I really don't want to do this. I don't want to do this again. Do it anyway. And so that's kind of,
Yeah.
you know, why that song is so special to us. And we love Martina McBride. We love that song.
And we've recorded it at Blackbird Studios, which John McBride
It's super meaningful.
owns. And so that's kind of why we chose that song. We had
Yeah.
a lot of options. We had a lot of songs on the table, but that one just has always been a song that we all connect to.
Yeah.
And the last verse of that song that piggybacks off of what you were just saying is,
You can
You
pour
can-
your soul out singing.
Yeah.
Song you believe in, and tomorrow they'll forget you ever sang. Sing
Mhm.
it anyway.
Mhm.
Like, that's a
So
tearjerker
good.
right there
Yeah.
for somebody like the three of us. And
I
I'm
mean,
sure you.
it's just one of the best songs, to me, best songs ever written. Like,
Mhm.
lyrically, there is no song that I can think of that I would rather live by what it says.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like a who are you when no one's looking kind of thing. I just think it's so beautiful. I've claimed that song to be my favorite song for like probably 20 years now. However long that song has existed, I've
Yeah.
claimed it as my favorite. And
Yeah.
so
And for anybody
It's
who's
really
listening
special.
who doesn't know, we kind of threw John McBride's name out, didn't say who he was. So that's Martina McBride's husband, who owns and runs Blackbird Studio.
yeah, and honestly, probably where she recorded the vocal on that song in the first place.
Probably.
Don't quote me on that. I don't know, but I would,
Likely.
yeah.
That was going to be my question is, did you guys choose Blackbird for that reason?
Not for that reason.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird thing. We got picked to do this like live band recording with the students at Blackbird, which is cool to us because we went to music school, and so like we were the students doing that for other people at one time. So it was cool to go in and kind of be on the other side of it.
Yeah.
But so the point was to go in band ready and kind of record live, and we were like, that's literally the perfect thing
That's what
for
we
us to
did.
do since we're trying to capture our live band sound. So
And we added a couple pieces. Run down the band. I played guitar on every song. We also had a guy named Devin Malone, also known as Devo, come in and do like auxiliary guitar and a bunch of other stuff. Jeff Sprung, Old Dominion bass player, and our friend Parker Moore played drums. And it was, we couldn't ask for a better a better lineup. And then we had some people after the fact do some stuff. Blair Masters played keys on some stuff, and what a difference that made.
Yeah, honestly, it changed the whole record to me. But yeah, it was like a God thing. Like it just happened, and
Truthfully.
we didn't think that we were ever going to be able to record in a place like Blackbird, especially not at this stage in our career. And so whenever we got to do that,
Well, we got Studio A.
yeah, like what the heck, pinched
Yeah,
me. And it was my birthday too. Whenever we started recording, I know, literally, it's like,
Yeah.
what better? It just keeps going.
It's the providence of God.
There was cake. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Special.
really
Yeah.
cool.
No, so my day job, I'm an audio engineer, and I got a gig for a rock band out of Jersey City or New York here that wanted to do an album, and they're known for their live shows and the energy that they bring, and they're a 4-piece band, but they sound huge, and and they have so much energy and all this stuff. So when they asked me to track their record, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm not going to piecemeal it like you guys have been doing all your other records, right? We're going to capture this thing live. We're going to capture the energy that you guys have. And they were taken back by it because they were the same way. They had, I don't know, 5 or 6 other records that they did where they just like laid the bass down and or laid the drums and like just started building it. And we spent, like 4 days in a studio. And we recorded this short EP all live, and we did some overdubs, afterwards and stuff. But most of the energy was captured. That album to this day is not to be biased, but one of my most favorite albums. It's just everything. It just seems right. It got a whole write up and everything on it. And that was just the way that I learned also how to record people to track, is to track everything live, like get it all right. Like we're not in the studio for rehearsal. We're in there to like do work. Right. And you guys should know your part. So why not just let's capture it live, play off of each other, get that feel. And I think that translates so good to the album and stuff. And, to your guys' point, like you're saying, everything needs to be, perfect in one way or another, but we're humans, and like that imperfect world is what makes music so good. Right. And, no, I'm excited. I'm excited for the release of this. I'm excited to really, to dive into it.
Thank you. We are too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you should be us.
We're stoked.
All right. So yeah, I mean, you guys have, shared the stage with a bunch of pretty big names and played many shows. What does a Dave's Highway show look like?
Well, it's us 3 and a drummer. So 4 people on stage. We usually start with a high energy.
Usually Heaven High.
Heaven High is usually our opener, because it starts with 3-part harmony with these big hits on all of the instruments, and it's just a big song, and it grabs the attention of the listeners right off the bat, which is usually what we like to do. Whether that, it depends on if it's an acoustic show too. Sometimes we'll start off with Jolene, and it's like people are hooked right off the bat too. But
We lead with our best thing, which is 3-part harmony every single time.
Right.
There's no better way to do it.
We usually end that way too. We've been ending our shows with Astro Band a lot lately, which has been cool.
Yeah.
Ending
But-
acapella.
we do what we do. We play our set, and but yes, you're right. We have opened for a lot of cool people. We went on tour with Jake Owen last year, and we've opened for Darius Rucker and Bobby Bones. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Leanne Rhymes.
Jan Rhymes.
And sorry for anybody we're leaving out, but man, we've done some really cool things, and and that's not lost on us for sure. I mean, I'm looking at a picture on our wall right now of us with Leanne Rhymes, which is didn't think that would ever happen. And so like we're so blessed to have done all of the things that we've done, and it's not lost on us that we have done some things in music that a lot of people probably won't ever get to do. Things that people can only dream of.
Well,
We're so
and it's things
blessed.
that we can't take credit for
Yeah.
in any way. Like even from the very beginning when Chris Tomlin found our video, like I don't know who showed it to Chris, but like
We sure didn't do anything. We just put it on the internet.
Chris Tomlin was like North Star for us back in
Yeah.
the day. I mean, he's pretty high up there still.
We
He's
played one of the songs at church on Sunday.
such a genuine person, and God has consistently put people in our lives to really change everything.
Mhm.
And we haven't talked much about this, but our last project that we did, a guy named Ron Fair produced that record. And if you don't know who Ron Fair is, you got to Google him
Look him
because
up.
he's got quite the resume. But
Yeah.
he just happened to walk into a class at Lipscomb, and I think it was his class.
It was his class, but
It was
he was
his
like,
class that we weren't supposed to be in because we skipped another class to be in his class, literally. And we somehow ended up singing for him. And then we've made one full album and a couple of garbage albums with him. And he's been one of our greatest connections in this town. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Awesome.
over and over and over again. We're surprised with amazing things that we did not do anything to deserve them.
there's
So-
a whole line of things that we have done and also like kind of fallen into that have been, well, if we didn't have this thing, we wouldn't have gotten this thing. If we
Yeah.
didn't have this thing, we wouldn't have this
Yeah.
thing. And we can't take credit for why we did the things that we did. We just did them, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and why we showed up to a particular place when we did, because we just showed up.
Mhm.
And God has had his hand on us this whole time, and it's really interesting to see, like, whenever you actually know the whole story, like seeing all of the little pieces that had to fit together just
Yeah.
perfectly for it to work the way that
Yeah.
it has.
And it
Um,
makes us feel like we talked about the hard days in this industry because they do exist. All three of us work 40 hours a week in day jobs and also play music and also do really cool stuff like this. And I have a dog. He has a wife. It's like there's a lot of stuff that goes into this, but it's those
Yeah.
kinds of crazy things that have happened to us over our whole lives. It's a reminder of like, this is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And so if it ever feels like it's not working, I guess that'll be when we quit. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm not trying to quit.
I don't know
So,
when or if that day would ever even come, though,
Yeah.
because, like,
I
there's
don't know
been,
if we could.
nah, what else do we do?
I know, how depressing is that?
I don't know if we're good at anything else.
We're
It's
definitely
what
not.
we've done our whole lives, our literal pieces of paper that we got from college are in that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
Man,
29 years old. Like, there's nothing else. I mean, what else do we do?
you say that like you're like ancient.
We've just been doing it for so long. I don't know what we would, like, if we one day we were like, well, let's not do this anymore. What would we do?
Yeah.
I would open an animal shelter. I know what I would do.
Fair enough.
But that takes a lot of money. So I gotta make the money in music so that I can open my animal shelters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, God willing, you guys keep going, the route that you are and the success keeps going on. But, anything else you want to touch on the line before we really wrap this thing up? What are you guys coming on?
Man, just the record coming out. We've got a single, Good Luck Girl, coming out, which I think you're going to hear in a minute. We've got the full record, If You Ask Me, coming out on August 25th. And we're just looking forward to it, man. Thank you guys for having us. This has been really special for us. It's been a really good time.
No, this has been great for me. The last thing I want to touch on is where do people go to follow you?
You can find us everywhere, man. Instagram, Facebook,
YouTube.
Spotify. Everything is just at Dave's Highway. DAVES, no apostrophe, Highway. It's not a highway that belongs to Dave. It is Dave's is our last name.
Because we are siblings.
Yes.
And,
And, yeah, I get asked if I'm Dave every day.
Right.
Even when he
I'm
says no, sometimes people still call him
I
Dave.
am not Dave. But yeah, man, you can find us everywhere. Any social media platform that you want to look for somebody on, we're just at Dave's Highway, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, all that
Pandora,
stuff. Pandora,
TikTok, but
Razer,
follow us on Instagram.
Tidal.
Sam.
Well, Delaney, Erica, Zach, really appreciate it. Thanks for jumping on with me tonight.
Thank you so
Of
much.
course, man.
All right, so that was our interview with Dave's Highway, and yeah, Brian, like I said, going into it, it sounded like a lot of fun. Definitely missed out on this one, and I'm always intrigued on the sibling family dynamic, and I really wish I was there to pick their brains on that, but clearly the sibling dynamic really works for them.
No, man, you're right. Yeah, the thing about like sibling harmony, you were as you grew up with that person. You grew up saying words the same way. You know, you learned how to speak the same way. So like the way your mouth moves is the same way as your sibling. And so the harmonies are just so much tighter, and everything just feels so much, you know, it's kind of funny. My younger brother, he's really starting to get into singing now, which I love because I've always kind of been a lead singer. And now I loves to sing harmony. So anytime I get a chance to play with him, you know, he'll sing leads and stuff like that. But I love to like key in on that, and it's effortless, man. It really is. It's the weirdest thing to be able to just like lock in on a harmony and do it. But no, it's definitely not to the level of Dave's Highway. I mean, they are so good with their harmonies, and then like that's the hook for them is that. You know, they were talking about how, you know, they open shows with just like a cappella, which is friggin' awesome, you know? And, you know, I really like, I love their sound. I love their musical sound in their records. I think it's really good. But yeah, dude, that was a really, really good time with them.
Nice. Yeah, I also like too that, you know, they all contribute to the music individually as well, not just on vocals, but also, you know, Zach playing guitar and Delaney playing bass, and you know, the sense of ownership, I guess, of their music as well. And you know, it shows in Happy to Be Sad and Good Luck Girl, which we're gonna play at the end. And you know, we're coming up to August here. It's now early July, but their EP, if you ask me, is only about a month or so away. So really excited to see what else they put out with that and just in general going forward.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. This is like you said, we recorded this one a little bit ago, and I've been listening to their stuff now, and it's jumped into my algorithm now. So now, you know, anytime you put on like, you know, the Spotify like day whatever list, it's always fun for me to be able to have one of those pop up, especially if there's people in the car. Then you're just like, these guys are awesome, that type of thing. And so yeah, definitely want to thank Delaney, Erica, and Zach for coming on Outside the Circle. Make sure you go and follow Dave's Highway on all their social media, music listening platforms. We'll leave you today with another track from Dave's Highway, Good Luck Girl.
I remember like it was yesterday. I heard him say, can I buy you a drink? Don't know if it was him or the Cabernet, but it swept me right off of my feet. I wish I had a warning for the storm that was coming. And trust me when I say it's just a game that he plays. First he'll get your number and he'll pick you up, open up the door to his truck. He'll kiss you slow and then he'll say, nobody's ever made him feel this way. Introduce you to all his friends, say he never wants this to end. Steal your heart, then wreck your whole world. Good luck, girl. It all seems like chivalry, but he'll leave you lonely as soon as he gets what he needs. So take it from someone